guys.
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. Thanks, guys. Welcome to RC Talk. We have Scottzilla here with us tonight.
What's going on, guys?
I am not sure if audio is working on his side or if audio is working on my side, but let me go check that right away and see if I can't see what's going on my channel. Just going to go to my live video and see what's going on.
Hey, Green Frog, can you hear me?
Working. Just going to go to my live video. Okay, my audio is working. Scottzilla, can
you hear me? They say they can hear me. You just can't hear me, huh?
Okay, my audio is working. Scottzilla,
they say they can hear me.
Oh, that's odd. That's very, very odd. I cannot hear you on the live chat. That's going to make it very, very hard for me to actually communicate. I hear you on the video, but on the live, I cannot. That's the first time it actually does that. This is very weird.
Yes.
And I can't have you...
No.
Anyways, we'll have to wait till somebody else comes on to see if it's an issue with Hangout.
Okay.
Some people have been mentioning that Hangout is stopping, but it's very odd.
So we need somebody else to
Hangout
jump in.
Toolbox. Let's see if I can't find any tools here to help me out.
Keegan says he can hear us.
This is so weird. Oh, I think I know why. My bad. Try that again.
Hello, hello, hello.
There you are. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
I was
how we learn, right?
Yes. When I was selecting my microphone earlier, by accident, I selected the tab under it, and it's actually my speaker output that I actually selected.
Oh.
So, because the microphone I'm actually using is a USB microphone, it's a boundary microphone,
okay.
But it's a USB, so it actually has a headphone out.
Okay.
So I was selecting that as an output and not the TV that I have. Cool.
At least we got it figured out.
So Green Frog, let me put a link there on the chat for people to join in if they want. So this link is for you guys to actually jump in if you want to jump into the conversation. We got Glass Custom RC. How you doing? Fly RC. I'll give you a wrench. The wrench permits you to actually comment links. So if you want to put a link in there, you can actually put a link, and we can follow the link and see what you're talking about. GD Pascal's in the house. Draco is in the house also. Cool. Hi, how you doing? James Swift. So everybody should have a wrench. That is moderator. So Green Frog, I did send an email. I'm not sure if you're on the email list, but it is on Google Plus and on my Facebook page, the Tank RC. So you can actually go there and get the link. If not, click the link that's here. Usually when you're on the mobile device, it doesn't work as good. But it did work on my iPad the other day when I was joining somebody else's. But on a mobile phone, sometimes it doesn't. So, Scott, how's racing?
Oh, I don't know. I have a race this weekend, but our race director, the guy that runs the computer, he's going to be out of town. So we have people that have done it before and are experienced in it, but nobody volunteered. So day before yesterday, I went to the track and took a crash course on how to use it. And I brought the software home and I installed it and exported and imported the database. So I have all of the current drivers, and I've been trying to learn the software. So I may or may not race this weekend. I may just do that.
Okay, so you're going to be the timekeeper.
I'm going to be the timekeeper. That could be very scary. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance.
I'm sure you'll do fine.
I don't know. I already learned a whole bunch of what not to do's. But that's how you learn, right?
So, like I mentioned on my video that I posted earlier, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So that's why I've got the little hearts here and Happy Valentine's Day, and put some hearts on my channel, just for fun, just for Valentine's Day. I know there's a lot of jokes going on Facebook and all over the place about RC and girlfriends, and like I told him it's me or RC, so he put in an order for an RC. So there's a whole bunch of different jokes going around. So that's why I put that video, and I actually said for the girlfriend. Oh, you're still listening to the other video there, Fly. And I actually said I had to mute your mic, Fly. You're still watching the other live video. Cut off that audio of that, and you can unmute your mic again.
Yeah, I've got it on the computer over here, but I have it muted, and I'm just using the Hangout here.
There you go.
Oh.
What up, guys?
What's going on?
Oh, a new guy. New face. Cool. Welcome.
Thanks.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I'm going to put you right on the spot. You came here, so I'm going to put you right on the spot and say, who are you? What do you do in RC? And we'll check out your channel, too, a little bit.
All right. My name is Flyer RC. I'm new to the RC world. I currently just purchased a granite armor granite brushless version. I want to say a month ago. So I've been tinkering with that. I actually upgraded the motor to a brushless motor, and I just want to learn more about RC. I find it very interesting. I'm an automotive technician, so anything that has to do with cars, like, I'm all for it. So
cool. Yeah, you did that to me a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't have a clue what to say. I was completely caught off guard. Well, nice to have you with us.
That same here. And I enjoy all you guys' channel, man. It's very helpful information on all you guys' channel.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. That's what I like about the YouTube channel also is you get to share some of the knowledge that you have, and that's why I have the YouTube channel. That's why I do do-it-yourself videos. There's a whole bunch of them, and those are my most popular videos, is to do it yourself, and just interacting with you guys also on YouTube and chatting with you people, and it's just fun. And meeting new faces across the sea and seeing how people are acting. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cool. So here's your channel, and I noticed that you do have a lot of car stuff there. You're starting to do some RC stuff.
Yeah, I just went to the car show. They got the car show in Chicago, so I went to the car show and I took a couple of videos and decided to post them.
The granite ice skating. I have to check that out. It's all a lot of fun when you go on the ice with an RC.
Yeah. Like I say, I just got the replacement parts that I had broke last week. I just got them today, so I fixed it today, and that was the first run since I fixed it.
For the people that aren't subscribed to you, why don't you post something in the comments so they can find your channel?
All right.
Just say hey or something.
So I'm not sure how this is showing up on the video or on the stream, but that's his latest video.
Oh.
The Granite is a fun truck. It's an affordable truck, and Electric RC, they make good RCs. I liked it when they first came out. They made some pretty bulletproof RCs, and they kept going. Cool.
I want to purchase another one, but I don't know. Since I started with the Armor line, I don't know if I should switch or go to Traxxas or anything else. I keep hearing people saying Traxxas is a bunch of BS, but I don't take people's words. So I think I'll end up buying an X-Max just to test it out.
Well, the Traxxas is a good brand. Myself, I find buy what you like, and also buy what other people around you have, because you're going to end up breaking stuff. And if somebody else has a Granite, or somebody else has a Savage, or if anybody else has any other car that are similar to yours, they'll have parts, just like you'll have spare parts. That's what we do in the RC community. We help out each other. That's what I tell people when they want to buy a crawler. What are your buddies driving? Because that makes a big heck of a difference. You're driving down and you break a dry shaft. Half the time somebody else has a dry shaft. So to me, it's buy what you like, but also buy what other people near you are buying, just for spare parts.
Right, that's understandable.
Traxxas is very good. Warranty is awesome. The X-Max is an awesome truck, but it gets very expensive very fast to run the truck, especially on batteries. Just imagine, you do have to buy 2 big batteries that are 8S. Now, the problem with just buying 2 batteries that are 8S, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's going to cost you $200, $300, $400, but you got to buy another set. So you need 4 batteries, because you're going to have so much fun with those 2 batteries, and 10 minutes later, man, you're out of power.
Right.
So you got to put in the charger again and then wait. But while you're having fun, you're charging the other battery. So it's a loop. So you can't just run with 2 batteries. But it's a fun truck, but gets expensive to run compared to the Granite. Who else is there? Axiomatics is in there. Guys, if you want to jump in, come right ahead. The link is up in the chat, a little bit higher. Yes, the Stampede is a blast. I actually own a Stampede. I actually bought some Stampede before Electric RC was actually a company. And that's when I bought my Stampede. I bought 2 used 2-wheel drive Flash, and they're a lot of fun. So Joseph Erickson saying the Stampede is a badass RC. That's the one you want to get. Now, do you think he should get the Stampede 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive? That's a good question. Because your Granite right now is 4x4, right? Hey, Fly? Your Granite is a 4x4, I think, eh? Oh, he's muted. We'll find out later.
Yes, yeah, my Granite is a 4x4.
Okay. RC Voodoo says buy one of everything, like Axiomatics does.
Ain't your man for real? That bitch ain't your man for real. Oh, you really said it was softy, wasn't it? Yeah, show yourself innocent.
To Horizon Hobby, Traxxas, Medcat, Armor, and HPI.
If you call another man a bitch,
cool.
Get real.
So, do you guys know Sato Rodas? You know Sato Rodas? He's a guy in France, and he actually does a whole bunch of different builds. So that's his website. I'll put his website right in the comments for people to check him out. But I've known him for years. He does a lot of craft stuff, like the Coke machine he built by himself. The whole garage. This is a scale garage, like all 1/10 scale. He's got a lot of cool ideas, and his latest video is actually building a pallet of wood. So interesting in the sense that, oh, we got to watch a commercial. Just wait.
Just when we thought things were safe, the crew dares to go back. They can't find their actuator.
And since the stream started, my video might be a little slow. I should have put my green screen. So you see him building the pallet and how he does it, and he builds a whole bunch of different stuff. So guys, check out Cedar Rodas. An awesome builder. Does a lot of cool things. I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. I'm in a lot into crawling, bashing some. I do have bashers, but me and my son are more into the crawling. Once in a while, we take the two-wheel drive buggy and we take the slash and we go outside and we go have fun. So, you have any kids?
Yep. Two.
How old are they?
My son just turned 13 and my daughter 12. I'm actually gonna give him the granite, but he's messing up in school, so not right now.
That's good. That's good to hold something in front of them and say, "Well, you get better and you'll get it."
Right.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, my son is actually 9 years old right now. He's been driving an RC ever since he was 2 years old. He learned to walk, came to my office, looked up on the shelf and goes, "Daddy, what's that?" And it was my Super Hornet from Tanya. So he started driving that when he was 2 years old. It was fun. We have Steve O.D. and Green Frog in the house. Welcome, guys.
Yes. What's up?
Just going to check what's going on in the chat there.
Drinking coffee, not Monster tonight.
Good boy, Steve.
I do have a loaded Monster right next to it, though. So
It just does the job.
the doctor told me start drinking coffee. Trying to start drinking coffee.
So, Steve O.D., your truck is finished, but I guess with all the snow, you haven't gone out to try it because we just received your snowfall that was at your place yesterday.
Yeah, it's nonstop, man. But I think I'm gonna redo the truck. I don't like all the different colored stickers on it, and I have some. You know how I got the color changing paint on it. I do have some carbon fiber vinyl that is that color changing that matches it. So I think I might do a little bit with that carbon fiber changing paint, and then I found a bunch of decals that I had that would match this a lot better. So I think I'm going to rip all these decals that took me forever to put on, take them all off, and start doing it over.
You're insane.
Yeah. Those decals took like 2 days to do too, but just I don't know. There's something about it that I don't like.
That's why I don't own a Tamiya. I'm just kidding. All the
I mean, I got it right here. You can see it's got a ton of stickers, but like I got the same color changing paint that will go good in here, and take some red stickers out of here, these yellow stickers out of here.
Nice truck.
Thanks, man.
Get the data options you need and still save.
Cool.
What's going on?
So did you try it on the ground yet?
No, I gotta finish. I gotta put the receiver in it. That's what I was gonna do tonight while we were on here. I was gonna clean up the wires and hook it all up. I have not powered it on yet.
Axiomatic says he'd rather blow his Bagheera up than take all those stickers off.
So I was gonna say, can you buy a new one?
There's a lot of stickers on that.
Yeah.
It looked good though.
I was on my local hobby shop's website today, and they got like a big thing with these trucks, racing these trucks. I guess they got some type of series going on up at the track. So
Nice.
I want to get it done so I can go up there and check it out, see if I can race with them guys.
Cool. Tony from CCXRC is in the chat. How you doing, Tony?
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, it looks like Tony too. He says he'd rather blow up his truck than take all those stickers off.
Yeah.
Steve-O, what's the name of that truck, Steve-O?
It's a Tamiya Bagheera Fat Fox.
Okay.
It's on a TT01E chassis.
It's a pretty affordable truck too. US, how much was it? US 160?
Yeah, the hobby shop gave it to me for 140, but I mean it's it's a basic TT01 chassis.
Yeah, and the only thing you need for it is a the ESC comes with it, the motor comes with it. You need a receiver, the transmitter, receiver, and a servo. So,
yeah,
and you're ready to go.
And you can program any universal transfer receiver to that truck?
Yeah, yep. Like I'm gonna put a Traxxas one on it because I got a extra Traxxas receiver.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna run it on. Did you guys see that new Tamiya Mustang that I posted on Facebook? The online driver did a video of it. It's a Mustang GT4, and it's like the 30th anniversary of Tamiya or something like that.
It looks like a nice body for the Mustang, yeah.
Yeah, I want that. I think that one's like 170, 173.
And that one is on a TT02 chassis, which is even better.
Yeah. Comes with the torque tune motor and the TBL 02 ESC.
Okay.
So just like this one, all you need is a servo and a receiver.
Just as important as what you get out of it. Our broccoli cheddar is made with aged melted cheddar, simmered broccoli, and no artificial flavors.
But yeah, that Mustang body is sharp. That they did.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Check it out.
You haven't seen it yet, Green Frog?
I got a question. Besides toning, what is the difference between nitro and brushless?
Oh, nitro is fuel and brushless is electronic.
Yeah,
Electric.
Internal combustion.
Yeah, one's got like kind of like a weed whacker engine in it, and then this is a brushless system right here. So this is the motor. You don't have no gas or nothing in that. No nitro fuel.
I call it a plug and go.
Yeah. Plug and play.
Yeah. The biggest thing with nitro, it's a lot of fun, but it's a big pain in the ass also. For the simple reason, there's always a lot of tuning. As soon as there's a temperature change, humidity change, anything, you're always tuning that gas and air combination. You're always tuning it and always adjusting it just to get it idled. And once you have it idled, you just drive with it. But as soon as the afternoon hits, or like you take it out in the morning, take it out in the afternoon, you have to readjust it. You're always adjusting the nitro. But what's fun with it is the noise.
Right.
Just having it go wee, wee, wee.
Driving the neighbors crazy.
Oh, yes. That's why a lot of people, they like the fifth scale trucks, because the fifth scale truck, they actually work on just normal gas, which that one is better. And that one is easier to run, and you do have some maintenance on it. But just for the fun feature of going fast, a brushless motor is going to go faster than a gas or nitro car because power is there right away. As soon as you hit the gas on a electric, you have 100% of torque right away. Compared to a nitro, you got to build up speed to get to where you want to go. So
it's a little sluggish compared to an electric, and your nitro fuel will expire on you as well. At the racetrack, those guys are constantly tuning. I don't want a nitro just watching those guys work on them.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people they sell on Facebook. They go, here's a nitro truck. It's an old truck I don't use anymore, and you also get a gallon of nitro gas. Right. The problem is if it's over a year old, that gas is no more good anyways. It's just going to give you too much trouble to get it started again.
Yeah, even regular gas is that way. I mean, if it sits long enough.
Yes, that's true. I had some from my weed whacker, and I put some in, and I actually gummed up the carburetor in the weed whacker because of that.
Yeah.
At this point, anything outside of my
Even liquor loses its proof over time after you open it.
and you on the outside of it.
I thought it got better, like moonshine.
What, nitro got better?
No, I thought moonshine got better.
Oh, moonshine.
Or like bourbon or something like that, or something like that gets better with age. Cognac. Cognac.
Cognac.
Like they'll be like, "Oh, you're drinking a 1981 cognac right there. Cost you $1,500 a bottle. $300 shots at the bar."
Yeah.
What is it? King Louis III or something like that. The shots are like $200-$300 at the bar.
Yeah.
When I had my lawsuit, I had a bunch of money and we were buying those shots. I was calling everybody up to the bar, buying $200-$300 shots for people.
Oh my God.
We had a good time though.
Hell yeah.
I took the waitress $1,000 that night. She almost shit her pants.
She probably quit after that night.
Yeah.
Never gonna give you it again.
Yeah, it was a good time. I'll never forget that night.
So how many of you guys have a Losi Mini 8?
I have a Losi Mini 8.
Not me.
I know Gabriel does. And
I have the original
I was
one.
kind of hoping he was going to pop in too, but I'm always cleaning the bearings on this thing all the time.
You what?
Always having to clean the bearings.
Oh, really?
I don't know whether I've got really fine dirt on my little backyard track or what it is, but man, they get so crunchy. Like right now, I was I thought I'd give it a little TLC because I haven't really used it in a long time, and the wheels wouldn't even spin freely anymore. I pulled the bearings out, which is what I'm doing right now, and they're just crunchy. And the more I clean them, the crunchier it get. Like I'm loosening all the sand up on the inside of the bearings.
Get better bearings.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too, because the one thing that upsets me the most about the parts kit for it is like if you're looking for the bearing set, they give you a parts kit that has all the screws and all the bearings, and they don't give you the bearing sizes, which what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to get my calipers and measure them and buy some Advid bearings for it because I'm tired of this. At least I can pop the seals out and clean them.
Because the Mini 8 I have is the original one. This is the short wheelbase Mini 8. So the one you have is probably the new one.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. You have the truggy version.
But I like your body better, so I bought one of those. I have two of those. One's not painted yet.
The main difference between the two of them is that yours has the same wheelbase as this one. So yours has a little bit longer wheelbase. But this is my short course truck that I put a razor buggy on it. So this thing is the blast.
So what I'm trying to do to salvage these bearings, and this is what I did with those Tekin motor bearings too, is I'm using this, I'm going to make a mess, I know I am, but I'm using this bearing blaster thing, I'm blowing W3 for it, and once I get all that blown out, then I'm going to put some light oil in it. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I doing a better way to do this?
You take the shield. You took the shields off of them.
These are metal. There's no seals in them. Well, there are seals, but I can't get them out because they're metal ones. So that's why I think I'm going to buy the Advid bearings. They're cheap. I just got to measure them all. Because even on the parts list, it doesn't tell you what size they are. They just give you the part number for all the parts. And I don't want to buy all the parts. I just want to buy the bearings.
Oh, well, if you go
Fast Eddie bearings.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I should look up Fast Eddie bearings.
Yeah, Fast Eddie bearing will have a list of what bearings they sell or kit that comes with it.
Probably, yeah, but they're only probably like $10, $12 for the whole set.
Okay.
I don't know why I hadn't thought of that. Good one, Steve.
But on most bearings, you should be able to. There's a little seal that goes around it, either blue or black or whatever, and sometimes you can actually take those off to actually take the dirt out of the bearing.
I know that W40 in the bearing isn't good, so I always put light oil until that runs all the way through it. Or I try to get it to run all the way through it anyway.
Yes. Well, the problem, and I proved that to my son and other people with a spinner. If you have a one of those fidget spinners,
oh yeah,
if you run it dry, it's going to spin forever. It just spins and spins and spins. My son had one, and I took some WD-40 and I just put some on there just to clean it. Actually, it wasn't WD-40. It was just an oil, to oil some stuff. And then I put it on there, and the oil was slowing it down so much it was ridiculous. And then I actually used the WD-40 to go into it to actually clean the oil out, and then I use a can of spray to actually try to blow out any of the WD-40 that was in there, and then it was just spinning like crazy, because it was dry. It runs better when it's dry.
Yeah, I guess that's what I should do is once I get done blasting them with the W40 is hit them with a compressor and then the light oil. Get all that garbage out of there. But I'm not going to plug the compressor in during this hangout because I don't think anybody would appreciate that.
Well, you can just make sure you mute the mic, and if you forget to mute the mic, I'll mute the mic.
They'll shut you down.
Yeah. Oh, Steve OD is is doing a axiomatic.
Yeah, I was gonna tell Axiomatic I got a bunch of these. I can send them one. They glow in the dark too.
They glow in the dark.
RC Bandit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up on the chat here to see if people are chatting about something interesting.
Man, Fast Eddie's got bearings for every Losi Mini except for mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what's different with yours? Yours is the buggy one?
Well, they have the Mini Z, the Mini T, the Mini Slider, the Mini SLT, the Mini Desert, the Mini Late Model, the Mini another Desert. They still don't have mine in here.
I'd laugh if they're all the same kit.
They probably are. I guess I could click at them and see what they say. If they say the listings of the bearings, and I can measure mine.
Well, because you have Mini 8, but yeah, there's different version of the Mini 8 that I know.
Mm-hmm.
Right, different chassis, different bodies.
Hey, Earl RC. Earl RC's in the chat. Cool. Thanks, Earl. He's just popping in to say hi. He can't stay.
Oh, but
well, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. It's not Halloween. Happy Valentine's Day.
I got you all messed up over here thinking about
yes, because you're wearing a mask there. You're pulling me all up. You got to wear something red.
I don't think I got rid of them. Oh,
Snoopy?
yeah, I guess. I don't even know what it says. My mom just got it for me.
Axiomatic says if you turn on the compressor, it's gonna stop the beeping noise that we keep hearing. But I haven't heard it in a little bit, so that's not bad. Beeping has stopped.
Sounds like we're watching that show, Cheaters.
That was probably my TV. I just turned it down.
Okay.
Were you watching Cheaters?
No, my wife was watching some on VH1, Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, there's a lot of beeping in that one.
Yeah.
Axiomatic wants to know if I made a Valentine RC. No. Well, yeah. Well, you could call it a Valentine RC. I did make one for my wife. I'll show it. Why not? It's typical. It's right down here. So I built I had an HPI Crawler King, and my wife dared me. She goes, I want it. If you're going to build it, I want it, but I want it purple and pink. So I said, not a problem. So I made her a crawler that was with a pink heart and a purple truck. So that's my Crawler King. Used to be a Wheelie King, but I did convert it to a Crawler King. And this one actually has 4-wheel steering. So when I turn, I can actually turn 4 wheels on it.
Nice.
So I can set it up right. So that's my Valentine truck. Yes, I do have a heart. Maybe if I can take this heart and put it right on top here. There we go. How's that look?
Magic.
Magic. We have the technology. I'm not sure we have the know-how, though. So anybody else has a Valentine truck?
Can't say that I do.
No.
Or car. Laurentian Harsey, he's usually here in the chat, and he actually posted some stuff today, a video on YouTube about RC four-wheel drive, and I kind of find it interesting, and it was about this body, the 4Runner hard body that's out, which a lot of people are getting. Very detailed. It's got opening doors, it's got an opening hood, it's $159 US for the body. That actually fits on a TF2. And a bunch of other trucks too, but this is more for crawling. So it's the Toyota 4Runner hard body set. It's a very detailed and very scale truck. It's got dashboard, steering wheels, got full interior, which is really neat. You have the wheelbase there if you guys want to check if it does have the right wheelbase. It's 11.3 inch for the wheelbase, but it's got roll bars in the back. It's got front wipers, rear wipers. It's got all the buckets for the lights, which is really interesting. So it's like opening tailgate, opening hoods, opening doors. So that's kind of cool. If you guys are looking for a new body for the TF2, it makes it looks really nice. I guess that's on the Marlin Crawler wheels. So that's a pretty good upgrade. And just for the hell of it, Team Associated. Just because I knew I had Scottzilla here, I want to talk about Team Associated. Do you have any Team Association, Scottzilla?
No, I don't.
No? What do you race with?
Technos.
Technos. Oh.
Yeah. And a 1 slash.
Oh, cool. So I know that they have a lot of, here's a reflex. One I noticed that was new one is this one, the Nomad. Come on.
That's a cool truck.
So the Nomad is actually a 1/8. So that looks like a neat truck. So it's a big 1/8 truck.
Mhm.
I think I saw 1/8 there somewhere. It's a
One thing the
limited
techno
edition.
guys do is they take the short course truck and they put the truggy chassis on it, and they put that Nomad body on it, and they turn it into the desert racer for the UH4, or what does they call it again?
Okay, like the King of the Hill. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Ultra
like
4.
regular road racing, but with rocks.
Hmm.
I don't think I want to put a chassis through a pile of rocks.
Yeah, that's true. But it's got independent front suspension, rear. So it's almost like a exo buggy, I find,
Yeah.
because it's got independent front and rear suspension. Oh, sorry. Let me present that instead. So you have front and rear suspension on it, IFS suspension. So really interesting for the Nomad. Wasn't sure about that one, but that's like it's a high ticket price there, especially 609. But
I was going to ask
for
what
me,
the ticket price was on it.
969 original. I guess it went down, which is good. But it was a limited edition, so I don't know if a lot of store has it. Let's go back to the main page. I saw a couple things that seems to be very interesting on them. Oh yeah, their new CR12 series, which are the small little crawlers, are really neat. They have a lot of accessories for the trucks. So there's a bunch of stuff coming out from Team Associated. The only thing I don't like about Team Associated is their hardware. It's all not metric. It's all American hardware. So like the size, the screw, everything is American, which compared to all my other RCs, they're not. So when I first got my Team Associated buggy that I have here, my two-wheel drive buggy that I was racing, I had to get a whole bunch of different tools and a whole bunch of different parts just because that one buggy did not have metric hardware. Pain in the butt. But I lived with it.
Yeah.
Can't wait till the
anything that
American.
has metric and American on it.
Should pull up that new Mustang.
Techno has what hardware for it?
It's all metric.
Metric, okay.
Yeah.
And Red Cat has released the pre-assembled chassis. They call it a pack for pre-assembled chassis kit. So it's a Gen 8 pack for $199. So they're copying pretty much the other guys, Axial Racing and HPI with their kit, but theirs are completely already assembled. So I guess it is good for some people that are just getting into there, and that's probably the target price where they're trying to get is these people that are trying to new people but wants to customize but not worry about building it. But the fun part is building the truck. I don't get that, but
yeah, that's fun.
But they do have the nice axles on it, metal gears. So it's going to be a nice skit for $199. I should save up my money and try to get one and just slap on another body on that. I got wheels here. I got everything else. So that's really cool. And then you got HPI, which has a whole bunch of different ones. But HPI, that big guy there at the back, I think it was the Camaro. To my knowledge, it's I haven't seen any. So they don't have a lot of things coming up for other than that kit for the news that they have for product news. They don't have anything on it. So I just wish they came out with more stuff sometime. And then Axial Racing has this kit, which everybody knows now, the Raw Builders kit. And a bunch of new stuff here. New bodies for the SCX 10-2. So, and for the street racers, Tamiya. So some people, they have the TT01, TT02, and people do race them. They're okay for racing, but these are their racing chassis that they have.
And those aren't cheap either.
No, they're not. They're not. They have the TRF 416, 417, 418, and 419 now. I don't know why the site is not actually showing them, which I find weird. This one here is the one I actually have here, the TA05. This is the one I have. It's a nice, which is a nice chassis, and it is this one, which is the MS limited edition.
I wish you could just buy that Mustang GT4 body. Since some people are
That's fine. Let's find it. Yeah, Mustang GT5. Image Ford Mustang convertible.
I think you have to put the GT4 part in there.
GT4? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some image for it. Open.
Yeah, there it is.
It's got a play button. RC kit.
Frank, you got to present yourself.
Oh, sorry about that. There you go. So this is from RC Driver. They're going to show something. Come on.
He shows it.
There we go. So I can dub it and I can talk and say what he's saying. Well, this body is so cool, so detailed. And it comes with the TT02 chassis, which permits you to put a square battery instead of the NIM battery. There's a lot of details, which is nice. Like all the concave and all the curves on it are really interesting. Cool.
Looks a lot like the Mustang body from Traxxas, just a race version.
Yeah, true. Wonder if we have big pictures of this guy. Can I show big pictures of it?
Yeah, if you click on the big picture.
I'm clicking on it right now, but it doesn't seem to want to change. There we go. Hey, Wayne, welcome in here. Oh, Jack's in here also. Jack, it's already Valentine's Day for you, eh? That's what he meant. He put in the message. It says it's already Valentine for me.
True.
The only thing I wish they would have done is put light buckets on these. It would have been so much nicer. And it is nice and low to the ground, which is nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I want it.
MSRP 173. This product is not currently available for purchase.
It's not out yet.
When is it going to be out?
I don't know. I just seen this today too.
When was this post made from them? Do they have a date?
Today is when RC Driver posted.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It includes the ESC.
And the torque tune motor.
Yeah, which is a 23 turn. It's a little bit faster. Oh no, it's got the 21.5 turn BL motor limit. Cool. Interesting. I could put that beside my my unicorn car.
There you go.
Mustang unicorn. Me and my son could race Mustangs together.
There you go.
I think before buying that, I'd buy the Bergara. So I can race with John. But they'll probably beat me, but that's okay. I'm just in there for fun.
I know that feeling. I was running that software today trying to learn how to use it, and I couldn't even win a heat race in a simulated race. I always ended last. I'm like, what's up with that?
So you were simulating a race and you were coming in last for the tank?
I'd even click, give this guy a lap, and I still would lose.
So Scott is going to be doing the timekeeper this weekend for a race instead of racing. So he's going to be doing the timekeeper. So he's learning all the software and how actually it works with the people that are going to race there. So it should be fun for him.
Everybody wants to race and nobody wants to take one for the team, so I figured I would.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with people and getting people to organize stuff is always hard. Everybody wants to participate, but nobody wants to take the time to organize it.
Well, I know I could set it up for a time start and I could still race, but I think if I'm going to do it, I might as well just dedicate my time to it.
Oiling up those bearings, I see.
Yeah, these ones aren't bad, but I figured this is real fine oil. I put new ones on the other side. I found Advid carried a kit for it, so I'll probably just order those when I get through all of these.
Okay. So the bearings you buy usually are just a metal bearing. They're not the more expensive one, right?
Right.
Okay. Hey, Buck RC World, how you doing?
What's up, Buck?
Wakey RC, how you doing?
Hey, Paul.
So Outback Jack is moving on. He's going somewhere else now. He's where at Axiomatics, I think.
No,
Where's he going?
Oh no, he's at buy it, break it, fix it right now.
Oh yeah, yep. In Virginia.
Yeah. And I saw that Axiomatic was actually building his King Hauler. That's what he's just talking about. Just finished the King Hauler. A few stickers left. Wow. So he's going to have two rigs now.
Nice.
I got to buy a sound module and the rest of the electronics for my my rig also. My Japanese knockoff.
How much does that sound module cost?
The problem is that you can't buy a knockoff for those, but you're looking at about $400 or $500 for it.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah.
A shaker module.
But it's got everything. It's got light controller, shaker module, ESC. Everything is on there. So
I'm just looking to be on there looking at myself.
To me it is good, but it is bad because if ever it breaks, you're screwed. You got to buy a whole new one. But I haven't heard anything bad about them saying that they break down or people had bad luck with them.
Axiomatic saying 330.
330. Wow.
300. Yep. Multifunction control unit.
That's a pretty good price.
So they call it the Grand Hauler because it cost about $1,000.
It's the longest wheelbase, I think.
Yeah, that's true, Tony. I've seen them for $450 and up, and basically in Canadian dollar, it is $500 or $600 for me. But $330, that's a pretty good price. I don't know where Axio saw it for those price, but please share the link for us to actually know where the heck you're getting those.
Alibaba.
Alibaba.
Black market.
Chop shop. To me, a chop shop.
You could tell us, but then he'd have to kill us.
Has anybody ever drove a Kraken?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
It's a beast.
I know. I seen one in the hobby store. My wife won't let me get it.
Keep in mind they have different versions. Version 1, version 2, and version 3. Each one has a little bit upgraded, a little bit.
I think the one I'm talking about is the 5. I'm not sure. I know it got a 5 in it.
You don't ask for permission, you beg for forgiveness.
So you're getting groceries and buy RC?
When I first brought the truck, she thought I broke it on purpose.
Oh, really? Just to get a new one?
Just to fix it. She thought I broke it just to fix it.
Tony, the MFC, the multifunction unit, does not come with a receiver. You have to put your own receiver in. So if you have a receiver for your DX6, yes, it will work. Where you just add your receiver on it. And I believe you need 4 or 5 channel to make it work. So I'm not sure how many you need, but Axio might be able to answer that question. Because I know you have the lights. You do have the trailer. There's a bunch of things that you can actually add for the truck. So the more channel, the merrier.
X has a 6 channel.
Okay, yeah.
$279 on eBay.
Yeah, he said he got it from eBay, but you can get them also. Yeah, for $279 on eBay. Yep. Good price.
Wow.
He must have gotten his from Japan, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right from or what.
From Japan, but eBay has them for $279. Well, I'll have to look tomorrow. I'm going to work tomorrow. I have nothing else to do than shop on eBay. No, it's not true.
Just at lunch and on your break.
Yeah. Actually, today was a big snowstorm here. We had, within 12 hours, there was 30 centimeters, 40 to 50 centimeters, which is about 16 to 18 inches of snow that fell in less than 12 hours. Like, there's a lot of snow. So I didn't go to work this morning because I couldn't get out of the driveway and the roads weren't plowed because they were doing all the main roads. So I just decided to stay home. So tomorrow there's a lot of catching up to do at work.
So what happens when you're working and it snows like that? You don't go home?
Well, you know in advance when it snows. You just go home before you get snowed in.
Yeah. Got to prioritize.
See you later, Jack. Thanks for dropping by. Really appreciate it.
Later, Zach.
Later, Jack.
Good night.
And on your way out, hit the thumbs up button.
John's in
Help
here.
my YouTube search. Oh, there's the link for eBay. Let's go check that out. I'll switch over. eBay. Monitor. $279 US. Now I know they did have 2 different ones, and I guess that there's one that is for the truck, but I know they had another one for the flat truck, which I think the audio is different, but the part number is different also. But see, this one has the tractor trailer. It's got the lighting, sound effect, electric effect. And it shows the size of the box compared to a guy. Maybe it's a small Japanese guy. I don't know. Everything's written in Chinese on that box. There's 24 different sound effect, electronic effect. There's 9 special operation. There's 4. It's pretty hard to read what is it, but it's really neat what it does. But yeah, at that price, it's a pretty good price. Add to wish list.
All right.
I'll check that out later. Now, how's the seller on this guy? 99.9%. A lot of deals. That's not bad. Positive feedback. Cool. Sorry, guys, I forgot to present myself again. My bad. So I was actually showing some the pictures of it. And this is the multifunction control unit for the truck. So it gives you lights, trailer, sound module, sound effect, and a bunch of other things. There's a shaker for the truck. When you start the truck starts to shake. So $279.67. I don't know why 01 Japan. I don't know if all the instruction are in Japan on there or what, but it should be bilingual, but the box is a lot of Japanese on there. So I'm sure you can find the instruction in English also if ever it is in only one language. JD Passel, Steve D313 rules. Hey, you got a fan there, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
You actually have one fan.
Yes, sir. You rule too, bud.
Axiomatic says the MFC 01 is the one you want. MFC 02 is the truck. Like a pickup. Oh, really? Okay. So this one, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is the MFC 01. Cool. JD Bassel says, you're the president of RC community. Well, if you say so.
I was going for king or emperor.
And it might be in the U.S. I don't know. We should make a vote. We should make a voting things. But you probably win.
Can't find my zip ties, damn it.
Tony's asking, is it worth the money? I think it is worth the money for the simple reason of all the option that it actually gives you. You get all the lights, you get the shaker, you get the sound module. It just changed the truck from a normal RC to actually a cool rig. When you actually start the truck, everything shakes. When you hit the brakes, it's got the air brake sound. There's a whole bunch of different features on it that when you turn on that truck, it's just like people just go, wow, this is neat, compared to just going forward with an RC. That's my 5 cents.
I agree. It looks like it's worth it for me.
If I was going to spend that amount of money on the truck and all that stuff, I would definitely, keep it going and keep it nice and put some more money into it.
Yeah. That's a cool trick that what you're doing there, Steve OD, which I do also. Why don't you explain to people what you're doing right now?
Oh, I'm just cleaning up my wires, and I just wrap it around.
Okay, why? Why are you wrapping it around?
Because it stays coiled up like this, and then it shortens it. And if I need it long again, I can always just pull it. You know, I mean that's why I do it. So manages my my wires, shortens them up without cutting them, and then if I ever need extra length, I got the extra length. So I don't know why. Why do you do it, Frank?
No, I do it for exactly the same reason. I wanted you to explain to people because a lot of people don't know why or how to actually do it. So that's why I found it interesting when I saw you do that. I said, hey, I might as well talk about it because you're doing it.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because my temp wire that's on my ECU is hanging like that, and I think I'm finna do that now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I'll show you something real quick.
You just got to make sure it's nice, everything's nice and straight, not twisted before you start, and then just start wrapping it around.
All right.
And now I have to find a screwdriver or something to wrap it around with. You can
I use these hexes because if you use a screwdriver, sometimes you can't pull it off if you wrap it around real tight because the head's bigger.
Yeah. Well, if you use a start tip, it will come out.
Phillips. Yep.
It's probably like a power tool too. You want to start at the servo and work your way out to the end.
Wiring 101 from the Tank RC and Steve OD. So a lot of people, they take the wire. So two ways to do it. A lot of people, they take the wire and you just fold it onto itself again. And if it's really long like this one, this is like a 2 feet or 3 feet, you can actually put it up in a bunch, put a tie wrap, and you're done. And then your wire is going to be the length you want. Mm-hmm. But that kind of makes it messy. So some people, they do it this way. I like cutting it myself and putting it to the right length because I did buy the kit to actually redo these. Mm-hmm. So me, myself, I like just putting it perfectly the right length, cutting it and making it right. But the easiest way to do it also is the way Steve OD does it, is you take it onto the screwdriver and then you just wrap it around and you just put it nice and tight around it and you just keep wrapping it and then you just hold it for a little bit and just like push on it real hard. Mm-hmm. And then when you come and take it apart, it's like a little spring. So then you can actually extend it mm-hmm. and put it wherever you want. So it really makes it look nicer for the job, the wiring job. So
I used to do this when I was working doing heating and cooling, like furnace
yep.
and air conditioners. That's where I learned it from.
Yep.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because like thermostat wire, you got to run it through drywall from the top of the house or the main floor down to the basement. And so you want to leave extra wire. So we used to coil them up like this. In case in the future somebody's thermostat went out and you had to change it to another one and they needed wire, they didn't have to run it again from the basement down right. to, main floor. It had the extra wire.
Cool.
Looks like Tony's starting to realize how many things he can put on that truck. Axiomatic's talking about the automatic legs for the trailer.
Oh, Tony's wife's going to kill him.
They thought the freestyle RC was expensive to put together.
So my video next week is going to be about mounting body mounts with magnets on my chrome car, or my mirror car.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
I got the magnets on my TRX4.
Yeah.
So you can see here, I got a big blob. So I use these magnets, which are the hollow. I can't remember the name of it, but they are going to be on my video. So I do. Yeah, they are earth magnets, but they're the one with the hollow on it, because everything just lines up so nice with these compared to not hollow magnets. And these are friggin' hard to come apart. So when you pull these apart there, they're really hard to come apart. You almost got to slide them off. They're so strong. But on the body post, I put them right on the body post. And for this car, I had to go down all the way down to the last one. So I actually put it on the body post, snip it, and this one actually ended up right there. Compared to my Tonka truck, that one was different. So this one, you'll see in the video, is kind of a little preview of how it is, and then you just snap the body. I'm not going to snap it tonight because my glue, my shoe glue, is still drying. So this is all still mushy in there. So I don't want to do it too much, and I don't want to put it on the body. But this is going to be cool. So I don't know if I'm going to do a video on the ice or on the snow. It might be cool, just seeing the chrome and all that. But one thing I did notice, which I wasn't sure, and I was hoping it was not going to do it, is because it's the first time I used this paint. And
me too. I came out with aluminum, brushed aluminum.
And before, usually I used Tamiya paint, and when I used a backer, like you put a big thick backer on it and all that, and it seals everything up. This one, the black backer, was like I barely put any, and it was all black already. Like it really covers nice, but it's not thick. And I should have maybe put a little bit more, or went again with a Tamiya backer on it, because the shoe glue is actually burning through my paint.
Oh.
So you probably won't. Well, there is a little bit of color color change happening right now, a little bit, but it shouldn't show up too much. But when I actually look through the body, I can see through the body. I can see that it actually ate through the paint a little bit, which I'm kind of a little pissed about, but there's nothing I can do about it now. It's a learning thing with this kind of paint. So next time I'll put a sealer after the black. I'll put a normal sealer and just a clear sealer or something behind it, just to make sure that if I put glue, it doesn't eat the paint. It looks like that paint is a little fragile. But it should be fun. But I'm happy with the turnout of the paint, and I'm glad I did not sand my body.
Ha ha ha.
And I got a racing stripe, which everybody knows that when you put a racing stripe, it just adds speed to it.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
At least 10 miles per hour.
At least. And I'm not going to break any speed record with this thing. Oh, and I'm looking for wheels. I got to look at the MO5 wheels and find some nice wheels for this, because it does have old wheels that my brother threw on there. So I got to find a 4 new set of wheels for this thing. They're going to look good with the chrome or the mirror. Not sure what color to get yet. And I have to work on the interior of my Tonka truck before the summer gets here. Hey, Bill, how you doing? John, Ricky.
Hey, Bill Boynton.
Boynton?
Nobody, no one says, I've seen a few people have issue with that paint. Custom fast stopped using due to problems. Oh, cool. For me, it's the second time I use it. Never had any problem on the, my dancing writer has it. Had no issues. This one, I had no issues other than putting shugu on it, because shugu is very, not corrosive, but it's a strong glue. It really
Chemicals.
gets into there. Yeah, chemicals. And just to paint something, let it dry, and actually do a test, it takes a long time to do. So I don't have that time, and I'm learning with what I'm doing. So if it's screwed up, it's screwed up. If it does eat through it and I see it, I'm just going to try to put a sticker on top of it. So I don't know. I'm actually thinking of using just the face that Kagan did for me and putting that on the hood,
Nice.
just to see how it's going to look. It should be just have it black and just have the eyebrows and the eye and the mustache around, and just having it there on the hood should be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
there you go. You got my receiver in, and the wires all cleaned up. Nice and party.
Yeah. Now you can start taking stickers off.
Yep, I just got to tackle that body again, make it like I wanted.
Jamin RC said I just did next week's show for Tamiya Tuesday. So anybody that looked at this video don't have to bother and looking at the video I'm going to post next week. I go a little bit more in details, especially part numbers and things like that, but it's all fun. And Jamin RC says, nothing wrong with Cross RC in my opinion. I guess somebody asked a question about Cross RC. Oh yeah, there it is. Class Custom RC. How good is Cross RC on the trails? They are good. The only thing I heard bad about them, but that was like 2 years ago, is their transmission. That they had some issues with the transmission. If that was fixed, I don't know. But dealing with Cross RC is part availability that you have to worry about. Not any hobby store carries them, so everything is online. So, but it's only one person that told me about the transmission, and that's Chris from GCM Racing. But other than that, I don't know anybody that has some or heard anything bad about them. I love their new truck, the new 6x6 that they have there with all independent suspension, or 8x8. Sorry, that one's it's a beast. Oh, I said something. Don't say that, Tank. I'm not sure what I said that I shouldn't have done, but or maybe nobody's going to watch. I don't know, but I was just kidding around. Uh-oh. What is that you're opening up?
A monster.
Here comes a monster.
The Traxxas monster.
I'm quickly going through the Tamiya site to actually find what's new and what's coming up, but I can't. Was it you, Steve O'D, that talked about the Alfa Romeo the other day, or is that red?
XRC.
Yeah.
What was it?
It might have been his drift body he was talking about.
Oh, Tony?
This guy here.
Yeah, I think Tony got that one.
I think his is a killer body.
The Gilia Sprint body. But this is the one I saw here, the RC Acros from Mercedes. That's the truck I got. So yeah, with the wheels. So, but I got the Japanese version, the knockoff version of this guy. But I know they came out with a, man, that thumbnail is small. Oh, there it goes. So I have the Japanese version of this thing, which was half price of that.
What's that price tag? I couldn't see it.
$592 for this one. I think I paid $250 or something like that for mine. But it's basically the same thing. But I know that they have a sound module for this guy. Because I know they mentioned it and I saw it, and it says it's the sound module for the Arcros, the Mercedes-Benz Arcros.
Is it the S1? One of those?
I don't think it was the S1. It was the different part numbers. That's what. Oh no, they are saying. Oh, okay. Use the multifunction control module, the MFC03 module. So this one, they're recommending the 03, but they are saying that the 01 does work. But if you want the MFC03 for realistic light and sound, requires a 4-channel audio, 4-channel radio. 3-speed transmission. It's the same thing that I got also. So that's what I wanted to find out. So I'll do a quick search and see if I can't find on eBay that MFC03. Oh, something's beeping again.
See, here's that
It's a heart monitor.
this paper changes just like the paint does with the light. It's carbon fiber. Look.
Now, where do you get carbon fiber stickers like that?
Actually, somebody sent me these. One of the guys at Micron RC sent them to me. Sent me a bunch of different colors.
Cool.
I'm not sure where he got it.
So here's the MFC03. So it's actually a Euro style module. So it must be the sound that's different. Sound effect, light control, operation. There's a shaker. So I'm not sure which is different, but this one is 463.
Oh, that looks like it might be more compact.
It's from Tower Hobby.
Where the speaker was, it was more compact.
You think it's more compact?
Yeah, the other one was more laid out. The speaker was separate from the control unit or something, I believe.
So is this one. This one's separate also. I don't know. I'll do some research on it. Yeah, it has to be more compact because there's less room in the truck.
Right. How's the price?
$463 here at Tower Hobbies. But I'll have to look at the... darn, I didn't present myself again. Darn. So here it is. Sorry about that, guys. So it's the Euro style MFC03. So that's for the rig, for the truck, for the Mercedes, like the one I got. So I'm not sure how big of a difference there is, but I'll do some research on it.
If you pop up a picture of the other one, I don't know if you can put them side by side, you'd be able to tell.
I might be able to, but...
You know, tech savvy or...
Maybe if I Google, I'll do that offline so you guys don't have to see me
Watch it.
search for that real quick. But I'll search. See if I can find 2 pictures of it.
Axiomatic says the MFC03 drinks fine wine and smokes cigarettes. But he also says it sounds like a Scania.
Trying to find a good picture of it is hard. Got different pictures, different ways, and different boxes, and speaker looks to be about the same size.
Okay.
Okay. What page? So that's the MFC01. So this is the 01. Sorry for flipping back and forth. This is the 02, and this is the one for the pickup truck. And you can see it's different. The sound module is about the same size as the ESC because the truck is smaller.
Yeah.
But this one, you can see the speaker might be about the same size. And then you have the 3, which is, to me, about the same size. I think it's just a sound probably that's different.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right. Yep.
Yep, it's just a sound that are different. And I think that's what Steve Axiomatic is actually saying right now. Just a sound effect that are different. The motor sound different, horn, etc. in Europe. Okay.
Okay. European instead of American horns. Well, yeah.
New channel, RC Command with Nick. Check him out. Or if you're into rock bouncing. Cool. Well, put up the link in the chat and people can go if they want to go. Check it out.
Tony says he's getting what Axial says to get.
Right.
Yeah, this is going to be hard. Fuck.
CCXRC says he wants more TAM. Yes. He got the bug. He wants more of them now.
That's why I told John, I was like, I get you in one build up, and now look at you. Before, you never built one Tamiya in your life. Now you got freaking a bunch of them.
Yep.
They're addicting.
Yeah, they are. They're
Good night, gentlemen.
Yeah, good night.
See you later.
They're good. It's a good brand. It's been around for years. You can get parts for it easy, and it's affordable. And what's nice with them is they have cool bodies, and it's fun. Like Tony's doing, he's taking it and he's going in the backyard with it, and he's having some fun. That's what he wants to do. So I think he's going to have more fun with that truck than he had with his HPI, especially with the steering, not jamming up every 5 seconds. Yeah, and the TTO2 also handles very good. Also, they're both pretty much close to the same platform. TTO2 has a little bit better suspension on it, and you can actually put a square battery in it. So those are the two main features on it. Yeah, you should keep it bone stock. Don't worry about putting aluminum upgrades on the Tamiya TTO1 or TTO2. If you're not going to race with them, if you don't need the tuning portion of it, the fine tuning that you require in racing, you don't have to change it. It's just for bashing. Just keep it original. Good night, Jammin' RC. Talk to you later. Cool.
Let's see if this works.
It looks like on eBay I can get the let me present, show me to everybody real quick, present to everyone, and it looks like I can get the Tamiya MFC3 for $249.
Oh, cool.
And that is the .com, so that's US price.
So it's a little bit cheaper than the MS1 for some reason.
So $249 from this one, $254, $269, $269, $260. That's not bad. More stuff to buy. Darn. It never ends. It never ends. You keep buying stuff. You keep buying stuff. I got to get my son building. I just want him to start building and getting better with his hands and getting into the using your imagination and using your creativity. He's always saying, well, I'm not good with screwing. I'm not good with this. Well, there's only one way to get better is practice. Just keep practicing.
Need to get him on Tamiya Tuesday.
Yeah. I'll get him to do a build for Tamiya Tuesday. Maybe I should get him to do the VW bug.
There you go.
That's an MO6 chassis, so it's pretty easy to build.
Tony said his son enjoyed doing the differentials in his Bagheera.
Cool.
Better.
So just for fun, I just went to the Canadian eBay.ca, and Canadian, you're looking at $331 for me to buy it.
Okay.
Is it free shipping? No, $42 of shipping. Those friggin' thieves. $42.
Okay, you might better wait and buy a bunch of stuff at once if you can.
But see here, that's where you got to be careful. Free shipping on this. That's offered with free shipping. But there's no top rated seller on this guy. So you got to be careful. Let's go see who the kind of seller he is. Only 2,000 sales, 97.5. I'd have to look at the feedback from this guy.
I think it was a week ago I found a lens for my camera I wanted to buy, but the guy, he'd been on eBay for a long time, but he had never sold anything. I was like, oh, I don't want to take the risk.
Oh, yeah?
First one.
Yeah.
So did you take the risk or not?
I did not.
Okay.
It was too good of a deal, too, on top of it. And it's like, man, it's so tempting at that price, but...
Too good to be true.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, what I hate sometimes when you're dealing with Japan or whatever, and it tells you, okay, it's free shipping, it's a good seller and all that, but shipping is 2 months. I go,
Hmm.
why 2 months? Well, I don't get that. Why does it take 2 months to ship it via airmail? I can see a month.
Well, the last thing I ordered from China, they packaged it like within a day or two, but it sat in holding for weeks
Yeah,
before it even left China. It just sat there.
I think they might put it all in a crate or on those boats that ship with crates, and they just ship the stuff, and they just ship it in big quantities, and it just takes longer to get here.
Yeah.
Yep. Shipping containers.
You never know what you're getting when you order from China either. I wasn't buying RC parts, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, I was buying coils for my vaporizer because it was a fraction of the cost of what it cost me to buy locally.
As long as they don't blow up in your face or anything.
Well, the news likes to make big stories out of stuff like that.
Nothing.
I used to manage a vape shop, so I've heard them all. And most of the stuff that blows up is user error. Because these are all regulated. There's no way
Batteries.
one of these things is ever going to blow up on you. But you put a mechanical mod where you build everything yourself, and you build a coil so low of a resistance that the battery can't take it, well, that's when shit blows up.
Gotcha.
Don't look good.
Yeah, there is some scary stories with those things. That's for sure.
Yeah, remember the Dell laptops?
Yeah.
And the Samsung phones?
Samsung phones are
F-150s were starting garages on fire.
God forbid we don't bring up the word lipo in this conversation of shit blowing up.
You must have got 7 of them sitting right in front of you.
With a can of oil on top of them. That's not a good idea, is it?
It'll douse out the flames. There's no flames, it's just smoke. Until you add oil.
Well, some people are really selling some expensive RCs there. Some Tamiya truck, King Hauler. There's a King Hauler Chrome Edition, 1822 that he wants for it. That's with fully built with sound module, remote control, ready to run. $1,822.
wow.
Wow.
There's this guy on the Techno forum that's always posting pictures of his monster truck. He never tells anybody it's for sale, but I've seen it on eBay. Man, he wanted a lot of money for it. I guess if someone's willing to pay that amount, he's willing to get rid of it.
Everything's got a
Everything's
price.
for sale for the right price.
Man, you're putting more decals on, Steve?
Oh yeah, this is what I did. I took the decal that I haven't put on and I put it on the back of the spinal stuff. So when I peel it off, this part will be on there. It fits perfect. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so you stuck it at the back of it and you cut it out. Cool.
Yeah, see, like it's like that. You would peel it off. I just stuck the decal on the back of there, and then cut it out, and then it came out like this. And then when I want to put it on the truck, I'll peel that off.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're so smart.
That's what they tell me. Yeah, all right.
Just like Homer says, you're so smart. S-M Marty. S-M Marty. You're so smart.
Smart ass. That's about it.
Galaxy S7 burning Jeeps. I think it was the Yeah, it was the S7 that they had problem with the batteries.
Yep.
Yep.
Or Tab 7. It was actually the Tab 7, not just the 7S, but Tab 7, I think.
I think it was the phone.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad one.
Just the phone?
Yeah, it was the phone.
Like they were even stopping people from bringing it on the plane. That was
Really?
scary. Like if you had that phone, you
Yeah.
could not take the plane. It was like serious.
You didn't want to carry it in your pocket either.
Not close to your testicles, anyway.
Right. Unless you're one of the first people, you could get a lawsuit out of it.
Yeah.
RC Voodoo, I'm not sure if he's talking about the phone, but it says, seems like, I don't think it has to do with the phone, but he says more bangs for the buck. Well, that's what you got with that phone, is more bang for the buck. Oh, Axiomatic says he's got magic beans for sale. They're real cheap. $1,300 if anybody's interested.
All right.
You guys remember the magic beans that you could buy in the little box, clear box? They were jumping beans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just jump. There'd be like 3 of them in a little clear box.
Those actually have like insect larvae in them.
Is that why they jump?
That's why they jump.
Huh.
Yeah.
I thought it was magic, damn it.
There goes a childhood dream.
Yeah. I always thought it was magic.
Magic is the way differentials work.
Closing up a whole bunch of tabs. I got a lot of tabs opened up.
I always have tons of tabs.
Yeah, but I'm using OBS right now, and OBS is very heavy on the because it's always rendering, so it's heavy on the CPU on the memory. But I do it anyways, and all of a sudden I see I got about 20 tabs open. Oh, whoops! Especially on Google, it really hogs a lot of memory.
Gonna crash you.
Crashing.
Need to get a silent mouse because every time I hit click, click, click on the mouse, the picture changes to me.
Right here. I didn't even open it yet, but that's what the description said it was. Oh. It's supposed to be a silent mouse. Oh, can you hear
Glass
that?
Customer RC,
Oh, yeah.
Glass Customer RC, thanks for coming in.
That's nice, Steve-O.
Keep
Quiet as
hearing
hell. No,
No?
That's a nice mouse.
that's what
Those are only like $10 on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cordless. Comes with for the MacBook, it's how it's got that C, whatever it is, instead of USB. And then it's got USB and a charger, I guess. I don't know. I only use this little touchpad thing on here, so I was like, man, I need to get a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Me and touchpads don't get along because I'll be typing away and then I'll look up at the screen. I've been palming the thing the whole time and all my sentences are all messed up.
I start to learn how to do like thumbnails and that, and then like on some of the thumbnails, you gotta like cut around your image, and it's hard to hold down on the pad because you run out of room because you can't hold it and drag, so you only can do a little bit at a time. And that's why I was like, man, I need a mouse so I can keep going around the image.
I always get a wireless keyboard and mouse and plug it into my laptop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is, wireless.
Like my laptop's actually on top of my refrigerator over there. I got it plugged into this TV monitor over here.
So Tony wants to send his rig to Axiomatic so he can build it for him. But that's the fun part.
Yeah, no, I want to build one, send it to me. I just can't afford to buy one right now.
It would be a good show to do well, might be good, might be boring also, but to have the camera just on top and do a hangout like this, but it's a hangout about building those trucks. So the only thing you do is set up an overhead camera, and then you have 3 or 4 guys building 4 different trucks. That would be kind of cool.
That's how Grant's RC, when he was in the second build up, I think it was the lunchbox. We were trying to figure out how to do the hangouts because we were going to try to get everybody that was in the build up to get on the hangout and all build at the same time. But we never ended up doing it.
Make a race out of it.
No, just hang out and build. Hang out and build if someone comes across something they can't figure out. But like, hey, how did you do this on step whatever? And then they could show them.
Yeah.
Kagan got me up with a nail on that one because if we would have done it, I would have been racing to be the first one done.
Not everything's a race, Scott. Not everything's a race.
Yeah, I'd be putting screws through my spare gears and stuff.
I might have had a lot of extra parts, but hey, I got it done first.
Well, the biggest problem I find of doing a live show and doing a build or working on something is you can't read the chat, or if you take time to read the chat and actually reply to everybody, you're not actually building. So lots of time you're working on something, but you're chatting more than you're working. So it's really hard to actually host something and actually work without looking at the chat, looking at people talking. And
that's exactly why I'm doing this today with you instead of doing it on a Friday, because I can't work and pay attention to everything else.
Yeah. And sometimes when I'm reading, I'm trying to catch up with the chat, like here, like CCXRC, Axiomatic, what RC part are you going with? And I'm there, what? When did that conversation? Then I'm trying to read back and trying to find a conversation, like just reading up, and then I'm not talking. I'm just quiet. You need to keep talking. You need to keep the show interesting. Talking about stuff.
I think he's talking about his SMT-10, about having to put HD bevel gears in the transmissions or in the differentials for brushless.
Yeah, I gotta do all that too to mine. I haven't touched.
That's a good upgrade.
Yeah, I haven't upgraded anything yet. I gotta wait till next month when I got some cash.
Right.
Tony is saying.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, it's a foreign word. What is that?
Tony is saying he remembers Steve-O when you were getting pissed with the first step of the Bagara.
Oh yeah.
Which was what?
I can't remember. It was something real tedious, some little bullshit thing that kept like one of those parts that kept falling or something. I can't remember what it was.
One thing I find with when you're working with little parts or little washers or something to work on, when you wrap it around with grease or that white grease or any grease that they actually send you, you just put a little dab of grease and then you can stick it in a hole and it stays there. So the grease will help the truck also. But I really like using that little trick when you were building something.
I kind of remember something about it. It was like you had to take the drive shaft and put it at an angle and put it through to the diff, but you had to come in at an angle and then you had something on the other end that went in between and it kept dropping off on me. So
yeah. Yes, Tony's saying that it was a little pin in the dry shaft.
Yeah, so I knew it was something stupid like that.
Tony's saying exactly what I said, is needed a dab of grease just to hold it in place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tank is stealing my thoughts. That's experience, Tony. So, what's the next time you build?
What is the next one?
Yeah. What are you thinking of getting? The Mustang, or well, you don't even know if it's out yet.
Yeah, that'll be coming, but probably the Dyna head or the Kong head.
Okay, that's cool.
I know Axiomax already got his Dino head, and John's already got his Kong head. So
I'm thinking of getting a second dancing rider, maybe the new body, just for my son, so we can both have one.
yeah. Yep. I was hoping they would sell that body separate because I got that second dancing rider. I could throw that body on it.
Yeah, just to be different, yeah.
Right.
Axio's listing all the parts he's putting into his SMT-10 Stevo. Looks like a nice list.
Yeah, mine's gonna take a while unless I hit the lotto or Super Chat hits me up good.
Yeah, I hear you.
So Axiomatic just got his SMT-10. He's already taken it apart, or will take it apart, and really upgrade it.
I think he's probably got everything on order for it anyway. I think he might have a few parts ready, but
Castle Mamba X, 3800 kV motor, Incision transmission gears, beef tubes. Wow.
Well, I got a Ghoul RC system over here I could throw in it for the time being.
right, test out the part.
Yeah, I could take it apart and grease it all up and act like I'm doing something to it.
Oh, and he's also going to be putting stickers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot of upgrades.
I got to get a new body for mine because I'm not using that Max D body at all. That's just going to be put to the side. I need to get me like a F350 body or something.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Byton is saying he's going to be rebuilding his Clodbuster with a 1/6 Hummer pickup body.
Oh, yeah? How are you going to fit the 1/6 Hummer body on a Clodbuster that's 10th scale?
I have no idea. That's a good question. So how are you going to do that, Bill?
I was thinking he was saying he was putting on his X-Max because, you know, I got that Yukon body that fits on the X-Max, and I know Sluicebox Steve has the 6-scale Hummer body from New Bright that he put on his X-Max. But it would be way too big for a Clodbuster.
So here's my Hummer body on my two-wheel drive Slash. So that's a Proline Hummer body for the 4x4 or two-wheel drive Slash. But it's discontinued. You can't get it no more. But that was a sweet gift from a friend. So I took it. He was getting rid of it. I said, sure, I'll take it. So
nice.
Makes my truck look like a big monster truck. I really like that body. Makes it look nice.
Oh, there it is. I forgot I had changed my calipers to American. I was measuring my bearings. Oh, man, none of these numbers are right. And then it dawned on me, I need to put it back in metric. I found the right bearing now. I could buy these bearings for $1 each.
Right on.
At Avid.
With the rubber shields on them?
With the rubber shield so I can clean them the right way.
Right.
Nice.
That's the only thing I hate about the arm up bearings is they're metal. You know, they got the metal shields instead of the rubber shields. That's why guys upgrade them or change them out.
I've seen a few applications where like open bearings with no gasket works good, and our oil's coming out of the back of the engine right onto the bearing, so it'll oil the bearing for you. But yeah,
Okay, now I'm going to show you how new I am at this hobby. Ryan Styles Harris had a new video out the other day about the new Trinity motor, and it had some new design where like everything in the motor was open, and I'm thinking, how could you run a motor that's that open to dirt and dust and rocks and then race that motor out off-road?
Yeah.
it helps if you're sponsored.
Oh, okay.
You just run it.
That would make sense.
Just throw a new one in every time.
Run it once and throw it away.
Yep.
And I don't understand these turn things compared to the way I buy them is by KV. You know, for a buggy, I want certain KV, for a truggy, for a short course truck, whatever. Or even the smaller cars that I run.
Oh, like, are you talking about like 17.5?
Exactly. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I don't really either.
There's got to be an equation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
App or something.
Like, I've heard of like the 8-turn, 10.5, 17.5. I think the higher. How does it go? Tate, do you know?
No, what?
How to explain, like, guys know motors by KV, and we're trying to figure out how that compares to like a 17.5 or like an 8-turn. What's
Yes, I did have that into. Let's see if I can find that link real quick.
Well, when I was looking at that website for those motors, they didn't even suggest what kind of a car it would go into, much less the equivalent KV. Like, well, I'm not going to spend that kind of money on something and buy it completely blind like that. Help me spend my money with your store. Come on, man.
Yeah, Tony's saying there's a calculator for that.
A calculator, you're saying?
Calculator.
Yeah, there's a calculator.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them you can find for the
Must be
app
an
for an app and all that. But the one
Yeah.
I like using is, of course, the site's not working.
Wouldn't it be like the higher turn is like a higher KV? Or is
Yes.
it the opposite?
No. Like if you have I have it here. It's, but I don't know how good it's going to show up on the video because I can't bring it up. It doesn't want to go bigger. If you have a 10.5, it's motor. That's a 4,500 kV, and it tells you the watt that it actually uses. So if you had a Axio was putting a 3,800 kV in his monster truck, so 3,800 kV. So that's pretty much a 11-turn motor, 11.5, 12. See, this is 3,900 kV.
I thought this wasn't rocket science. What happened here? They got to use calculators to run an RC car? That's just not right, man.
Well, that's just to determine what kV it is. Like some people are racing 17.5 kV motor. Well, that's a 17.5 turn motor. That's a 2,500 kV motor. But now, when you're coming to 8th scale, that's a bigger can. And now there's 4 poles motor, there's 3 poles motor, there's a 2-pole motor, there's 6-pole motor. It throws a whole different beans of wax in there because they all they all have different speed now. So it's motor and calculation of motor is so complicated nowadays to actually get the speed and get what you want for it.
I just buy what everybody else is using.
Just like my on-road that I got for the on-road racing for the vintage class, they said you need a 21.5 motor on it, but make sure your ESC doesn't have blink on it or it's turned off. I go, what the heck is blink? I just put the ESC on it, I put it in the car, and I go. I don't program it. Like,
now,
do I have to
if
start?
I understand that one correctly, that means it's zero timing, right?
I think it's zero timing, yes.
Okay, I got that one right. Woohoo!
Never heard of that.
So CCXRC says he's got a 5.5 motor into his Clodbuster axle. So that must be kind of fast.
Right.
That's
Says
like
runs a
having
school bus.
7,700 kV. But just like when you go crawling, it's better to go crawling with a higher turn motor, so a 35 turn motor or 55 turn, because you get more torque and you get better throttle control. So when you're really going slow, you can really go slow. But if you put a slash motor into a crawler, yes, you'll go fast, but you can't go slow with it because it's going to cog out, which means it's going to go kick, 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 kick. Like you can't go slow. But if you go with a 4-pole motor with the same KV, those are just crazy. And even the 6-poles motor, those you can really put a little bit of trigger on it. And even if it's not centered motor, you're going to go very, very soft, and you're going to get the torque, you're going to get the speed, you're going to get everything. But problem is the 6-pole motor are a heck of a lot more expensive than a 2-pole motor. But they're better.
Makes sense.
Axomatic says he runs whatever and see if he can blow it up.
I'm surprised he hasn't taken the fences down in the backyard yet with those big trucks he's been trying to run back there.
Run it to the fence and try to do a backflip challenge.
Have those roadrunner holders going to the fence. RC cars.
I got a movie. I found a movie the other day on the internet, and it's Woody Woodpecker in real persons. And I showed my wife real quick the movie. She goes, "Oh, cool! Like the Woody Woodpecker." She used to listen to that when she was a kid. So I told my son tonight, I go, "Hey, let's listen to Woody Woodpecker tonight for a movie." And my son goes, "What?" Like he's 9, so he has no clue who Woody Woodpecker. I say he's a bird. He goes. So. Not everybody knows Woody Woodpecker. Yeah. Axomatic says, haha, Scott, the X-Max almost killed the fence.
So what was the other one he ran? That wasn't the Outcast. It was something else. I was like, man, he's got
Rustler.
Which one was it?
It was his daughter's Rustler. His
Maybe
daughter
that's
ran a
another
Rustler
one.
into the fence one time and broke it, I think.
Well, he never hit it, but it's like
He took
you
it
could
off
tell the
training
truck
mode
wanted
for
to
it,
go,
ran into
though.
the fence.
Mm.
Oh,
He says it was Notorious.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
That might have been because he couldn't steer it.
Well, no, it's just that
it
thing
wouldn't
really
just-
wanted to go. And
Hey, JP Slayer Racing, how you doing? I just noticed you said, hey, Frank. So. True Media, hi, welcome. A lot of new people just came in just in time to say bye. It's 11:30 already, 11:37. We've been broadcasting for a little over 2 hours.
not Central Time, it's not.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like you can see, this is a special event. It's not Thursday night, and it's not quite Valentine's Day yet, but I did put the heart there, and the Valentine, Happy Valentine. Or I can even put the Valentine heart right here. Right
There
by
you
my
go.
heart. Here it is. Pum, 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 pum.
I don't believe that's where your heart's located, Frank. Should be on the other side.
The heart is over here, no? Or no, it's on this side. Yeah, it's on this side. Sorry.
Should be on the left side.
Over here.
Yeah. It's possible to be on the other side. Some people have their organs reversed.
Hey, I'm not a doctor.
Obviously. Hopefully not.
Obviously, yeah. If I was a doctor, somebody would be in trouble.
Right.
Cool.
I just watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, true. Well, let's do a round table and say goodbye to everybody. So we'll start with the new guy, which is Fly. Say bye to everybody.
All right. Good night, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for jumping in. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you next week.
All right.
Green Frog RC. Kagan.
Guys, have a great night.
Scottzilla.
Had fun. Catch you guys next time.
Sarah Scott. Appreciate you dropping in. Steve O.D.
See you guys. Happy Valentine's Day, and catch me on Friday night.
Got to keep the best for the last. Steve O.D.
All right.
From the 313. And
Right.
I'm Frank the Tank from the 613.
There you go.
See you guys later. Thanks for jumping in. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. If you want to talk about anything, jump in or put a comment. We'll talk about it. If you want us to go see a video channel or something, let us know and we'll talk about it. Thanks for coming to RC Talk, and we'll talk to you next week.